That's just light throttle and it starts to smoke pretty good. Comes up and boosts pretty fast though. Sorry these videos are shit. It's really hard to do this. Feels a lot faster for the boost number. That was only about 30 pounds right there. Hit pretty hard. 30 pounds. Even 15 pounds, the truck's pulling pretty hard. A lot harder than it used to. Right there, it's way more responsive with these big injectors. Even with the low boost, I'm hitting 25-30 pounds right now. It's pulling pretty good. Trying to get one of the boost gauge here. I don't know if it'll let me or not. Pulls a lot harder for just 30 pounds of boost even. Gonna turn around here. Just gonna ride second gear right now. Oh man. Works pretty good. I don't know what boost's gonna hit. I don't want to just hit it wide open. I think I need a wastegate. Truck's just getting up temperature now. Thermostat hasn't even popped yet. I don't want to go too crazy until the thermostat at least pops. Sounds different. Sounds healthier. Sounds a little smoother too. The other injectors are a little worn out. About 100 kilometers an hour right there. Forgot what these tires on. Had to get out of it though. She's getting a little loose. Couldn't tell from here what the boost was, but it's pulling pretty hard. Third. I'm running stock tires right now too. Rolled onto that really lightly. And I look down, I'm doing about 100 miles an hour, so. Holy fuck, that works a lot better. Funny the boost, I swear boost didn't look any higher. Turbos at the end of the map. I pretty much had it maxed before. day 2, there's gonna be a lot more shit once I get my header on here. This thing's gonna pick up a lot more power, I believe. Just going over the basic setup right now. All thanks to DAP. If you need any performance parts for VE, make sure to contact them. They definitely helped me out on this. Got the big injectors, the 5x.022s. That's 475 single. 9688 turbine wheel with the 132 AR housing. 5-inch all the way back. I have 4-inch, it's all going to be redone. I had to build this thing really quick, but it goes 4-inch to 5-inch. The dual 3-inch, and there's dual 3-inch all the way through. Twin intercoolers. I've gone over this before, but not very in depth. So it's got twin intercoolers. I have water methanol. I don't spray it. I haven't had it hooked up yet. I still might hook that up. Right about here, I have a plate that divides the two sides, the two banks, and then each inlet runner enters directly in between the 3 cylinders, so there's best chance for air to go evenly into the cylinders. And by running dual 3-inch in, it's going to cut the velocity in half as opposed to one single 3-inch in, which gives it a better chance of going into the runners for the ports equally. It's got a timing spacer. She needs a good cleanup down here, but it's a work in progress. I don't know if you can see. Probably can't really see the timing spacer down there. Hang on. Just barely see it way down there on the left. I really can't see it that well. So it's got the timing spacer. Got a regulated fuel return, electric fuel pump in the tank. Right now I run about 10 psi, 10 to 12 psi fuel pressure to the VE pump. I might increase that a bit more when I get to the track, or when I get my draggy that's coming in the mail, just to see if it changes performance, but I never really noticed much difference when I changed it before. One thing that's going to make a big difference is when I built the header for this thing, because right now it's going T3 to T6, and the factory manifolds are shit. Very restrictive. They're impeding the ports on most of them because how much it's shrunk. I expect to pick up at least 10 horsepower per port when I build the header. It's going to be long tube header, so this intake might change, so I can wrap the header all the way over there. Hopefully the header's going to come out from here. It's going to go long tube, it's going to come wrap up around and go into the scroll, and hopefully I might move the turbo over more. I might raise it up a little bit. Really trying to get the most horsepower of this. I'm going to use 2-inch primaries. I don't know if it's going to be more leggy or not. It might be more responsive, but it'll have more power out of the turbo for sure. Just like when I did the dual plane intake manifold setup, it picked up a lot of power out of the turbo. And then even when the boost hit, it was a lot faster as well. My blow-by tube, something a little funny, but definitely works. Right off the oil fill, I put a rat hose. Comes over here. No oil really even comes out. It has some blow-by, but when you run a lot of timing, you get that. If I pull the timing, it doesn't really have any blow-by. But I don't shoot any oil here because there's no oil really getting tossed around up there. If you go with the valve covers, there's a lot of oil up there. And you're basically forcing the air to come up through the oil galleys, I believe is the word, where the oil would drain down the pan. You don't want to do that, because a lot of people can fill up like a liter of oil on a run, which is not good. This way I don't blow any oil out. Has a lot of CFM flow, so I don't get any pressure built up in the case. I got a boost activated switch here for my timing advance. And usually I run that when I run the methanol. Changes at 22 psi, I have that come on. I could put it in sooner, which makes the turbo more responsive, but I am trying to keep blowing torque out of it so I don't snap a tranny or something. I've broken the tranny quite a few times already. Until I get a fully built transmission, I try and keep the torque out of it. Which is why I don't overly mind the S475. I still would like to do an S472 with this size turbine housing and wheel. And then like an S488, something like that. That's the basic setup. Remember, if you ever need anything, give DAP a call. They're very helpful. Stay tuned.